gonna pull this beast in here. So now you know what the next project is gonna be, folks. Yes. V6 no more. Hey, welcome back everybody. So today is the day we're going to show you what is in this bay that I'm standing in right now that you're going to want to see. So we've been talking, all right, we got an LS swap, we got, you know, some stuff we're going to be doing on a project that is our actual project that we're going to do our way, the way we want to do it, and see how it turns out, which you've already seen what's in the other bay. Now when we get that out, the truck's coming in and we'll actually be working on what's in this bay and the truck simultaneously, and kind of having a little bit of a triple threat going on here because we're gonna have several projects happening at the same time. I think it's gonna be cool to watch and some cool builds. But for now, let's turn this camera around and let's show you what we got. That's right. It is a Catfish Camaro. The Catfish Camaro is going to be the next build here on the channel. We are actually going to take this car from the V6 that is sort of blown up right now. It's actually sounds like you got a thrash machine, which we'll show you that here in a second and why we're going to put a 5.3 in it. But we're going to make this a budget friendly build. And the thing is, nice about this car is most of the stuff we're going to try to do, if we can't use it, like the K-member in this car, when we pull the engine out, it's not designed for a V8, for the V6. But if we can't use that, we're going to try to modify it. If we can't modify it, then we're going to build our own K-member specifically for this car out of some steel that we have. And usually we're going to use chrome moly. We'll build our own K-member and fit whatever kind of motor we want to in this car. So that's going to be something cool that you're going to want to watch, because you're going to learn how to do that, and we're going to show you how we do that and get it all to work out, the measurements and stuff that we have to take when we go ahead and build that K-member, if we end up having to do that. If we can't modify it, like I say, we're going to build it. So let's take this on around here and we'll show you some of the stuff this car's got going on. Right now, like I said, it's got a V6 in it that has had a rough life. I don't even know if it's going to start at this point, but we're about to try it and see if it will start. So do the honors and let's see how it starts. Let's get this closer to where we can actually see if it'll crank and turn over. Oh my God, that is so loud. Okay, so as you can tell, it's got a bit of a knock. Not just a slight knock. It kind of sounds like it's maybe a rock crusher, but hey, that's easily fixed. So come this way, I'll show you what's getting ready to go in this car. We've got to get it on the stand. We're going to start disassembly on it here very soon and go through some of the gaskets and get some of the stuff ready for this to go in there. So all right, so right here is the motor we're going to be using for the car, fresh out of the junkyard. A little bit of rust, a little bit of crust, so it is rusty and crusty and dusty, but it won't look like that when we're done. I promise you, it's going to be beautiful. We're going to do some paint work on it. We're going to actually maybe shave the intake, I don't know, but if we don't change the intake, we'll shave it. But we're going to paint everything, make it look nice, and then drop it in the car. Now, something else we have sitting back here is a transmission for the car. We actually have a 4L60 for a two-wheel drive that we're going to make fit in this car as well. Now, what we're going to do with that, like I said, should pretty well fit in the car. It's something similar to what's in the car now. It just bolts up to the V8 5.3 that we're going to actually put in the car and build a cross member and engine mounts for it. So let's go over the car. Let's see what you think about this. It's not a bad little pickup. You know, we don't have much in the car, but it's going to be awesome when we're done. So stay tuned and we'll get into the car and we'll show you what we got going on with it. All right, so the car is in decent shape. We've got a little bit of peeling back here on the bumper. Not a big deal. I mean, we'll have to sand that, you know, repaint it. A little peeling here. You know, we'll pull this off, sand it all down, repaint it, look like new. Now the color we've chosen to go on this, it is a little bit different. You're not going to see this in the stores. You can actually get this from us, but it is going to be a custom mixed red that we're going to do specifically for this car. We're probably going to call it something crazy like Raging Red or Rods&Rifles Raging Red. We don't know yet. We're going to mix this. We're going to take you along with us when we mix the paint so you can see the color that it's going to be when we do it. And that's going to be something cool that we're going to do on this car, because we're going to go through each and every aspect it takes to actually build one of these cars the way we want to do it. Now, we've got a dent here in the side of it. Not a big deal. I mean, we're going to end up being able to get that out of it. You know, probably have to heat it and pull it out with some of the tools and stuff we got, which we'll show you how to do. It is a T-top car, so these are kind of rare. You don't see a lot of T-top cars. I mean, the interior is in decent shape. I mean, the seats are not great. We're going to replace the seats. We're going to do something custom with the seats, we think. We're going to do an audio system in this car, as well as replace the dash that has the Camaro crack on it. They all do it, but we're going to fix that. So, I want to fix that too, because it's kind of making a little bit of noise. Now the wheels we've got on this car, you know, somebody had, you know, basically done just a basic wheel on this car. It's okay, and it's not bad, but it's not Rods&Rifles style. So we're going to do a wheels that we want to put on this car. I don't know how we're going to do the wheel as of yet. I don't know if we're going to take this wheel and use it for a base template to actually build a new set of wheels, or if we're going to get a set. We do both here on the channel, so we're going to have to kind of go over and see what's going to be more economical for us to do this in this custom way that we're doing this. It's budget friendly, so you guys can actually do this in your own garage. Now we'll go over the motor that you've already seen. Obviously crusty, rusty, knocking like a thrash machine, but hey, if you want to crush rocks, there you go. Throw some rocks in there, grind them right up. Not serious, folks. Don't pour gravel in your oil, but you know, you may have seen that on TikTok, which, you know, some people apparently believe that. But hey, whatever they want to believe, it's a free country, right? So the front bumper, we don't know what we're going to do with the front bumper. The headlights, obviously, probably going to change the headlights out. The front bumper, I like the look of the Catfish Camaro. We might do something custom on this and kind of put our own spin on it. Probably put a little bit of a lip, make it a little bit lower to the ground, kind of give that look, that, you know, mean, aggressive look that a lot of people likes on these Camaros. The hood, obviously, it has seen better days. It looks like, you know, somebody has just decided that they wanted to have a wrestling match on top of the hood and do an elbow drop or two on it.
His name is John C.
So it's got a pretty decent little crease. Can we fix this? Yeah, we could probably fix it. But are we going to? Maybe. We might actually build our own custom cowl on this hood that looks decent on these cars, and we'll show you how to do that and make it functional heat extraction cowl. That's kind of what we pictured in our head to do, because I think it would be a nice little project to show you guys how we would go about doing that. And other than that, folks, pretty plain Jane car, but it won't be plain when we're done. So stay tuned and we'll get into this. Okay, so the last thing I really want to go over with you guys on this is the tint on this back glass. and the rest of the car. So if you look at it, it is bubbled. It looks like we have dragon scales up in here, or a sturgeon fish or something of that nature that, you know, we tried to replicate, but no, we didn't do that on purpose. This catches a lot of sun, and these back glasses do that. A lot of these sports cars like this is bad for the window bumming up on the tint like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to strip this back glass, and we're going to re-tint it probably with 20%, and we'll probably do 20 on the front windshield, bring a strip down below the rear view mirror. I think it looks good. Maybe 15 on the sides, kind of give it a dark, aggressive look, you know, kind of stance the car too. And that's just, like I said, that's our overall vision for this car, is doing something a little bit out of the norm, but cool. And we're going to show you some ideas we have in our mind that we want the car to look like. So check this out, and we'll be back with you in a sec. Well, since you heard the exhaust earlier, obviously when we put a V8 in the car, it's going to be different. So we're going to do a custom exhaust on the car, something a little bit different, and it's going to be cool too, because honestly, the way this thing sounds is horrendous. Wow, that's a little smoky, but it did a burnout. I mean, I'm impressed. It did a burnout. I mean, it's not a great burnout because it's kind of missing some power, since it's kind of
destroyed,
rattling, and yes, partially destroyed. But hey, it did a burnout. And for a second there, I thought it was actually going to, you know, maybe go sideways a little bit. But unfortunately, that's all we'll do right now. But we're going to fix that problem, because the next time you see us doing a burnout, it's going to be a big smoky. Yeah, LS powered burnout. That's what I'm talking about, baby. So unfortunately today, that's all we got time for, folks. But if you like what we're doing, you want to see more of this build, because I know you're going to want to, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss the notifications when the next video comes out on this car. But for now, thanks for watching, folks. Stay tuned for the next episode.